What does or what would a seemingly improved wide receiver room do to sort of open up or loosen things up for your offense in general this season?
Well, yeah, we lost Quincy from last year, but for the most part, in Loic, we lost Quincy and Loic from last season, but have added a few guys, and I think we've added some speed, which will help in a lot of different ways in run game and pass game. But I'm cautiously optimistic about our progress that we've made up to this point. We've seen some really good things. We've got some new faces, but we just need to continue to play together so that we continue to work on getting our timing down and a great feel for each other. So that just comes with reps. So I feel like with that receiving core, Diego's got great command with them, and so they really got to pay attention and understand what he wants. If he wants to change a route or change something, he's able to do that as we go.
Tim, after a season in the SEC, where are you seeing Diego maybe having a chance to improve in certain areas in his game this year?
Yeah, I think that he one of his positives can sometimes be a negative too, and that's the fact that he has a great feel for knowing when he can get out of the pocket right away. And so sometimes there are times when he could stay in the pocket and go ahead and deliver the ball. And, I think that's something that he's working on and has improved on. But, again, you don't want to take that away from him because he has such a good feel for knowing when it starts getting hot in the pocket that he can move and make something happen. And like a lot of quarterbacks, when he breaks the pocket and starts moving around, then he becomes very, very dangerous, especially him because he's able to run the ball and go get yards and go get first downs as well. So that would be probably the main thing. And then, just a better understanding of everything. I think a year older and having this opportunity, he knows this is a tremendous opportunity for him. And so just continuing to operate our offense at a high level, I think, is something that he's gotten better at and continuing to work on.
You've known MKM for a while, obviously, Mexico State, but the year away, do you see that helping him at all? Like, do you feel like he grew up a little bit in that year while he was away?
Yeah, I don't think there's any question. He's made a tremendous amount of progress every single year, and so when we first started. He's coming off winning the national championship at New Mexico Military, but new offense, all new terminology, all new everything really for him. So he took a good first step that first year and has just gotten better every single year. So really excited and makes us feel a lot better going into the conference that we're going into with all these tough games, having a quarterback that's got that kind of experience.
On that same note, with Trent in the receiver room, what can he add to this offense?
So Trent became really effective for us at New Mexico State in the red zone. And so Trent's a guy that's a little bit longer. He's got good speed. He does a great job of getting released. He knows how to stack corners and give the quarterback some room. So he and Diego have a good connection. So having him here, in addition to some of the other guys, will absolutely give us another weapon that we can use. And it's one of those things. We didn't throw the ball vertical that much last year, but I think we've got some guys now that are a little bit more vertical threats than maybe what we even had last year.
Year in, what did you learn about maybe offensively what it takes to win consistently in the SEC?
Well, I think that I think Coach Lee had said it too. I think towards the end we ran out of gas a little bit, and I think just depth at all positions, being able to try to manage how many shots Diego takes early in the season, I think super important. You want to have all your guys, and 12 games is all we're guaranteed, but 12 games is still a lot, and especially when you're playing the caliber of people that we're playing every week, week in and week out. So having that ability to play some of your twos and get some of those other guys in and having depth, I think, is so important. And we still played some really good games at the end of the year last year, but we were playing tremendous competition, and we were close on a couple of them, but we just didn't quite have enough firepower to finish some of those.
What's the challenge in that, I guess, schematically, trying to make that all work with giving guys rest versus, you got to do what you got to do?
The good thing is in this offense, we can play a lot of different personnel groups as long as we've got everybody healthy. Everybody in the country plays 11 personnel. We play 12 personnel, maybe more than some people do. We have the ability to play 13 personnel. We have the ability to play 20 personnel, 30 personnel. So we have the ability to do a lot of things, which spreads the ball around a lot. And by doing that, you're cutting down the reps maybe at some positions. I take Richie Hoskins for an example. He would go until his legs fell off. He's just going to go. And so we have to manage him. We have to make sure that he's not overdoing it. And so therefore we got to have some other receivers step up that we trust as much as we do Richie, that can get in there and play as effective as he does. So I just think trying to play more players, as long as, they've earned that trust that they're going to go in and give us quality reps. And then I think, the combination of that and then playing a lot of different personnel groups can really help you, maybe save a few reps for guys for later in the season.
Where do you think Eli is in his evolution as a blocker, and how can that help as he improves there, given, it seemed like when he was off the field last year, it was pretty clear you guys were running it, or at least other teams seem to think that.
Yeah, I think Eli may be amazed a few people with some of the things that he did, with his blocking ability last year. And then obviously part of him coming back this year was the fact that he still feels like he needs some development as a tight end. And so in all aspects, not just run blocking, but route running and all those things. And he's a tremendous athlete. He's a tremendous player. He's a tremendous person. I think given another year and going through the spring and the summer and just super excited about, number one, having him back because he's such a good person, but his athleticism speaks for itself. And I think another year of, working with our tight end coaches will just help him that much more, in his overall game.
You've seen him transition from quarterback to tight end.
Yeah.
How difficult is that to do? I know being a quarterback probably gives him a little bit of an advantage playing other positions, but it seems like that would be an incredibly difficult thing to do, to learn a whole new position like that.
That just goes to show you how smart Eli is. And so he's extremely smart. And so when we were at New Mexico State, we didn't have the luxury of sending him to the tight end coach as well. I mean, we just kept him in the quarterback room with us because he was still a backup quarterback for us. So we needed to have him with us at all times. So he really played that first year just listening to the quarterback or listening to us talk to the quarterbacks about what we're doing and the routes, and then he'd go out of practice and practice that, but he didn't really get a chance to sit in meeting rooms with the tight end coaches and stuff. So we got two really talented young tight end coaches here that do a great job with him, and then on top of his knowledge of the game and his intelligence, really will allow him to play at a really high level. And so, again, another year of growth for him, I think, is going to be, make it, we just need to keep him healthy and can keep him fresh. But I think another year is really going to, benefit him.
Tight end room is a little banged up, obviously, right now.
Yeah.
Clark had talked about after the scrimmage how important tight ends are in this offense.
Yeah.
How do you feel about their health and whether or not they'll be back?
Well, I think we'll have them all back. They've missed a little practice, but again, if you have somebody that misses a lot of practice and they really require a lot of reps to learn, that would be one thing. But Eli and Cole, for sure, are guys that have played a lot of football and are very, very intelligent. And so that gives me a little bit of comfort knowing that even though they haven't practiced as much as we would like them to, they're really sharp and they stay into it. They're at practice. They're paying attention. They know what to do. And again, they'll have to get accustomed to the physical part of the game when they get back. But mentally, they'll be sharp.
What do you expect from Colin Young?
What do I expect from MK? So, he's got to knock the rust off a little bit because he didn't play for a little while. But he's a really good player. When we were at New Mexico State, he was really our fourth string running back. And at the end of the Auburn game, when we needed to run the clock out, we handed it to him several times. So that just kind of shows you our trust in him. He's tough, he's physical, he'll block, he can make you miss, he can run around you, he can stiff arm you, he can jump over you, he can do a lot of different things. And so he and Seti will be a great 1-2 punch. And they're both great kids, they both care for each other, they understand, what it takes to win, and so MK has been a tremendous addition to our running back room.
Is there anything different about him, maybe even like personally, after the year away?
I just think that he's continuing to grow up as a person, and he's a father now, and he takes all that very, very serious, and he has a beautiful daughter. I think that he's a great teammate, and all the kids love him, and he's really meshed well with coming here, especially in our running back room, but especially our whole team as well. Everybody seems to like him and knows that he's all business when the ball snapped and he goes. But he's a great young Christian young man that has really fit in well here.